The purpose of this podcast is to educate and inform. It is no substitute for professional care by your doctor or your qualified healthcare professional. Never disregard or delay professional medical advice because of something you've heard on this podcast or in any linked material. Guests who speak on this podcast express their own opinions, experience, and conclusions. Dr. Shirley neither endorses nor opposes any particular opinion discussed on this podcast. The views expressed on this podcast have no relation to those of any academic, hospital, practice, institution, or other entity with which Dr. Shirley may be affiliated.
Welcome to Forever FAB, the podcast on fashion, the art of living, and all things beauty. This podcast is curated by Dr. Shirley Madhere, MD, as the definitive source of holistic wellness through beauty.
Hey everyone, it's Dr. Shirley. Welcome to 15 Minutes of FAB, a segment of the Forever FAB podcast where I review products, services, experiences, and frankly, whatever, in 15 minutes or less. If the full-length podcast is a couture dress, for example, then 15 Minutes of FAB is like a button-down French cuff white shirt paired with leather leggings. If you don't have time to tune into the full-length podcast, then check out 15 Minutes of FAB, just a small dose. Some have considered it truth and beauty or plastic surgery secrets or as a nerdy or academic take on wellness and beauty with a dash of fashion. Consider it what you may. My aim is to engage you as a credible and authoritative voice in most, if not all aspects of beauty and wellness with a dash of fashion. That includes products, wellness services, technologies, innovations, new scientific research, and plastic surgery. As the founder of Holistic Plastic Surgery, my approach to beauty is through a lens of wellness that's grounded in science, backed by medical study and research, strengthened by my clinical experience, and bolstered by my surgical training with the use of principles and techniques of plastic surgery. And then there's my love of fashion. Of course, I feel uniquely qualified to talk with you about beauty, wellness, aesthetics, and plastic surgery, as well as products and services within those spaces, not only because of my extensive, and may I add, expensive training and expansive background, but also because I'm one of you. Many of the human issues around aging and being a fierce fab person, as well as an agent for positive change, I live these too, and I try. You're not alone. So together we can help the world become a more beautiful, forever fab place. So if you'll have me and give me at least 15 minutes of your time, let's get at it. In this new year, I've decided that it will be one of expansion and discovery. So I'll explore all sorts of topics, near and possibly far-fetched, while still focusing on the topics that make the Forever Fab podcast, well, fabulous, namely fashion, the art of living well or wellness, and beauty. As part of my philosophy of holistic plastic surgery, which I created well over probably now 15 years ago, where I believe that beauty emanates from within, wellness plays an integral role in my practice. And this goes for many aspects of life that help you to live in grace and beauty, including nutrition, exercise, products, services, technologies, mind, body, spirit, and science. The title of today's episode of 15 Minutes of Fab on the Forever Fab podcast is Size Matters, the New Micro Trends. Everyone's talking about micro trends, namely micro workouts and micro beauty. Micro workouts are what's trending on TikTok, and micro beauty seems to be all the rage in haute circles. I'll talk about how size, or really amount, matters when it comes to exercise and beauty. I believe that sometimes good things come in small packages. Take, for example, jewelry, puppies, and water molecules, among other amazing things. Today, however, not jewelry, not puppies, and maybe a little bit of water, but today I'm talking about micro workouts and micro beauty. According to menshealth.com, micro workouts involve performing, quote, short, sharp bursts of resistance training, just 10 minutes in length, multiple times throughout the day, end quote. If you work out in this manner 3 to 5 times per week, sort of 10 minutes or less each time, ensuring that during those workouts that you sharply increase your heart rate, then your total workout time for the week is about 30 minutes. I mean, that seems different, right? And it also seems totally at odds with the conventional wisdom of working out for 30 minimum to 45 minutes at least 4 times a week. That's what we have been told for many years now about how to maintain healthy weight and cardiorespiratory numbers and health and wellness and longevity. Allegedly, though, there are benefits to micro workouts. And some of the perks include that these short bursts of this intense kind of exercise may save time, help regulate blood sugar, help regulate appetite, be convenient, obviously, because you can do these micro workouts anywhere, and that you get results. But those results are compounded over time. It may actually take longer for you to get your results, but allegedly you get results. These micro workouts also save money if you use minimal or no equipment at all, and clearly there's no gym membership. The micro workouts may allow faster recovery, and also they're accessible to everyone, regardless of your fitness level. They're like equal opportunity exercises. An online article on eatingwell.com states, and actually the title of this article is "Doing a Micro Workout Can Boost Fat Metabolism by 43%. So clearly, as I was, scouring and researching and looking into this, I saw that headline and I thought, okay, I'm going to read it. So this article states that an additional benefit of micro workouts is that they can, quote, help build cardiorespiratory fitness. And this article also defines micro workouts as 20 to 60 seconds and refers the 20 to 60 second micro workouts as exercise snacks. And that's from eatingwell.com. So that's a little different from the Men's Health article that stated that the micro workouts are actually 10 minutes of primarily resistance training, pretty intense resistance training for 10 minutes at a time. This article on eatingwell.com states that the micro workouts or exercise snacks are 1 minute, 20 seconds to 1 minute at a time, of course, 3 or 4 times per day. The article also adds that these exercise snacks, quote, also appear to improve markers of insulin sensitivity and to lower triglycerides, end quote. I mean, that sounds quite impressive, right? Wow. If you could just do 20 seconds, each time, or, if you're really gunning for it, a minute each time of some high intensity, exercising 3 or 4 times a day, that would certainly sound like it's worth a try. Okay, well, if you're going to try it, how do you do a micro workout? Well, you've got many options. And again, you don't need a gym, you don't need equipment, you just need you. And some examples of these exercises include 20 seconds of squat jumps, 20 seconds of stair climbing, 20 seconds of burpees, maybe a fast 60-second run up and down the office hall or down your block, and 20 seconds of sort of fast alternating lunges. If you're looking for a more sort of circuit type of session, then you can try these workouts from the Society of Behavioral Medicine, and they suggest doing, quote, squatting for 40 seconds, resting for 20 seconds, and repeating this 5 times at 3 different times throughout the day. SBM, or the Society of Behavioral Medicine, also suggests, quote, doing 30 jumping jacks, followed by 30 squats, resting for 10 seconds, and repeating that 3 times, end quote. So, if you're a circuit type person and you need to sort of do this, then do that, then do this, that's what you can do. Also, according to stack.com, micro workouts, quote, when combined with body weight focused exercises, the two may increase your overall training volume during the week, allowing greater recovery and greater stress on muscles, end quote. And they're actually referring to a positive kind of stress because it's the consistent, persistent stress on the muscles, obviously with appropriate rest periods, that builds muscles, right? And the more you build your muscles, allegedly, the greater your metabolism and the greater your ability to maintain your weight. So there you have it. On the other hand, though, SAC.com also adds that there are disadvantages of micro workouts. And these disadvantages, according to SAC.com, include, quote, it may take some time to adapt and change your mindset on how to approach fitness. One may need guidance for proper form or progression if one is not familiar with training. And often these workouts are done solo, so there is less of a socialization component, end quote. I totally understand how the last one, right, the lack of a social component can be a bit of an issue. One of the things that I love about yoga is the group environment, the yoga classes. And it's not that I'm gunning for people or that I'm super competitive. I mean, just a bit. But I am motivated and energized by the positive group energy. I think it's pretty fantastic. And it's one of the things that I thoroughly enjoy about group yoga classes. So doing the micro workouts and not having that socialization component or social component actually might be a thing for me. But hey, you never know. I can learn something new. Whatever side you're on, though, micro workouts, macro workouts, 10 minutes versus 45 to 60 minutes, if you're going to get any benefit at all from either one, basically, you just have to do it. Although I'd like more scientific data to support the alleged health benefits of micro workouts, meaning do they achieve weight loss? Do they help manage, cravings? Do they have a positive psychological and mental impact? Do they condition the body? Do they increase muscle tone? Do they improve cardiovascular risk factors, etc.? Right? So I'd like more hardcore data on that. But nonetheless, I think I'm going to give it a try. Because for me, one of the greatest deterrents to my working out is time. So if I may have some exercise snacks a few times a day, as opposed to the other snacks that I'm indulging in, then the micro workouts would serve as motivation for me to at least get it in, get some exercise. So stay tuned, and I'll keep you posted on that. Now, on to micro beauty. It's gotten 1.1 billion views and counting on TikTok. Micro beauty is all about leaving behind long locks, big hair, mega makeup, and other supposedly excessive statements on beauty. Rather, what's fresh and what's trending are, quote, short manicures, tiny bangs, or sleek bobs. And that's according to Slice. But hey, whether you go long or short with your hair or your nails, and whether you wear a lot of makeup, a little makeup, occasional makeup, or none at all, I don't really think that this is much of a trend. To me, instead, they're personal preferences. And they're personal preferences that may also reflect different cultures, right? I've always been a fan of the do you trend. Wear what you wear, however you wear it, and feel confident in your choices. So on that note, for me, the micro beauty trend is only a micro mention from me. C'est fini. That's it, folks. Merci, thank you, and see you next time. This concludes this episode of 15 Minutes of FAB on the Forever FAB podcast. As always, stay beautiful and forever fabulous, inside and out. As always, if you love this episode of the Forever FAB podcast, please share it and subscribe to the feed. Listen to past episodes or check out who's coming up next on foreverfabpodcast.com. If you enjoy listening to the Forever Fab podcast and you want more, get more audio and visuals with a membership through Patreon. Choose the gold, platinum, or diamond tier for premium added content, special co-hosts, lifestyle videos, branded merchandise, and maybe even private access to my clubhouse by visiting patreon.com/foreverfab. If you're a founder or you represent a beauty brand and you want to be featured on an episode of the Forever Fab podcast segment of 15 Minutes of Fab, send me some stuff. Visit foreverfabpodcast.com and fill out the contact form. For general holistic beauty tips or to set up an appointment with me to discuss your personalized options for leveling up your beauty, visit elementsandgraces.com and sign up for my newsletter or just give us a call. And for an online e-consultation on time, anytime, and on your time, visit clicklift.com for your wellness, plastic surgery, beauty, and wellness questions on the go. That's click-lift.com. It's time for the Elevated House Call. Jet Set Beauty RX offers beauty on-call services near your home or other domicile, delivering beauty in the privacy of a medically equipped mobile aesthetics unit. Reserve your appointment at jetsetbeautyrx.com. Thank you for listening to this week's Forever FAB podcast episode. Until next time, stay beautiful and fabulous, inside and out.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Forever FAB, the podcast on fashion, the art of living, and all things beauty, curated by Dr. Shirley Madhere, MD. Live beautifully and help make the world a more beautiful place.